Hello and welcome. You're watching a very special program. There's been a fairly landmark announcement today by Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi Chief Minister, who says that women who travel on the Delhi metro or on buses could travel free. Now, this is seen to be an important step. The Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi believes that this is something which will A, improve the safety of women travelling in the city. It can also have an impact on pollution. But what about the larger picture? Is this being done with elections, the assembly elections, the next one in mind as an early sop to voters in the city, or is this a genuine step? And perhaps most importantly, where does the government, the centre, actually stand on this issue? Joining us now, Raghav Chadha of the Aam Aadmi Party. I'm also joined by Mamta Kale of the BJP. We've also got a great panel. We've got Pravish Biyani, he's an assistant professor at IIT and somebody who actually looks at a lot of issues which concern public transportation. Ganendra Bhardwaj is with the Congress Party, and we've also got Akriti with us. Akriti Bhatia is an urban development expert. But let's just quickly start this panel. Let me come to you first, Raghav. The BJP has deferred, in fact, Manoj Tiwari has deferred to Arvind Kejriwal as being insane in announcing this. What's your reaction to that?
Well, the BJP...
He has lost his sanity, those were the words.
Well, I personally feel that the mindset of the BJP is such that they don't want women to step out of their houses. They've always been very regressive in their thought process, and they believe that women should stay indoors, and therefore they're so vehemently and violently, I would say, opposing this move. What is the move of Mr. Kejriwal's government? The move is very simple. We believe that women needs to be encouraged to take public transport, particularly the DTC buses as well as the Delhi metro, because public transport is a safer mode of transportation, and the responsibility for ensuring safety and security of women in Delhi is principally with the Delhi police.
Okay, let me get a quick...
Without having Delhi police under our ambit, we have done a number of things.
So you can't ensure the security of women. Basically, that's what you're saying.
All I'm saying is that the principle...
But then why are you encouraging them to do this?
Principal responsibility is that of the Delhi police, but we have, with whatever little authority and powers that we have done a number of things, like installing CCTV cameras.
Okay, we'll come to what else you've done. A quick reaction from you. He says that, look, it's women's safety, it's a basic issue. How could you have any objection?
Vishnu, firstly, I really want to understand as to they did not do it for the past five years. Where were they? Were they sleeping for these many years when they had such a landslide victory? Yeah. Then they were not bothered and concerned about women's security. And now when they know that they are losing the Delhi assembly elections as well, so they have come up with another jumla of fooling the women and especially the women. And why
why are women being fooled? You may say that it's a political move, but why don't you welcome it as a gesture? Not just a gesture, something which can protect women, potentially.
How the free rides are connected with women's security, Vishnu? When they had talked about marshals, where are those marshals? They had talked about CCTV cameras, where are those CCTV cameras? They had said in every block of municipal community they will have these marshals. Where are those marshals?
Okay, we want to answer some of those.
First of all,
CCTVs and marshals in
right, so
you haven't done enough is what you
right.
say.
So first of all, BJP leaders, rich BJP leaders, need to step out of their air-conditioned houses and BMWs and actually travel in DTC buses to find that every DTC bus in Delhi has bus marshals in it. Number one. Number two, the plan to implement and install CCTV cameras across the city was passed literally 1.5 years ago by the Arvind Kejriwal government. Every RWN stakeholder was consulted, and as we speak, every gully, mohalla, gaon, kucha, street of Delhi is being put under CCTV surveillance and monitoring. CCTV cameras are being installed everywhere. And what I'm trying to say is that very little authority and powers. The government of Delhi has done so much for women's safety and security because that is of utmost importance to the Arvind Kejriwal government. On the other hand, you have the BJP government that has done nothing when it comes to Delhi police, and just merely for the sake of opposing, they are opposing this wonderful move which every women commuter that I have spoken to...
Why haven't you done it earlier?
Well, please understand that we have been in office for the last 4 years, 4.5 years.
Time.
One. Number two, over the last 4.5 years, the government of Delhi has done a number of things, from education, healthcare, CCTV cameras, mohalla clinics, bus marshals, so on and so forth. Now we realized that there is need to ensure public transport system becomes accessible to women.
One second. Done it. Let's now listen in to what Arvind Kejriwal actually had to say in his announcement and what the BJP has to say before I come across to my other panelists.
पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट महिलाओं के लिए सबसे सुरक्षित माना गया है। उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए सरकार ने निर्णय लिया है कि दिल्ली के अंदर सभी डीटीसी की बसें और क्लस्टर बसें, सभी बसों के अंदर और मेट्रो के अंदर महिलाओं का सफर फ्री किया जाएगा, ताकि महिलाएं उसको ज्यादा से ज्यादा पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट इस्तेमाल कर सकें।
Well, you heard what Arvind Kejriwal had to say. There's been a very strong reaction from the BJP. Here's what Manoj Tiwari of the BJP had to say on this move.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी तो ये कोशिश करेगी अभी आने वाले समय में कि दिल्ली में किसी को बस में बैठे तो पैसा ही न लगे। इस तरह से हवाई बातें नहीं करेंगे। हम इसकी योजना बनाएंगे और जब जब उसको हम बिल्कुल करने लायक होंगे तभी उसको हम कहेंगे। अभी तो ये शुरुआत है। अभी अगले 2-3 महीनों में, 4 महीनों में अगर किसी दिन ये घोषणा कर दें कि एक बस आपके घर के बाहर ही खड़ी रहेगी, जब मन करे उसमें बैठिएगा, घुमा के आपको पूरा फिर आपके घर पे उतार के जाएगी, तो भी आप आश्चर्य मत करिएगा। इस लेवल तक अरविंद केजरीवाल का मानसिक संतुलन गड़बड़ हो चुका है।
All right, you heard Manoj Tiwari of the BJP speaking over there. We are outside gate number 2 of the Green Park metro station here in Delhi, and we are looking at an issue which could have an impact on lakhs of women in Delhi. A move where they could travel free on buses and they could travel free on the metro as well. But it's a controversial move because the BJP says that this is being done with elections, the next assembly elections next year, very much in mind. But let me bring in Akriti over here before I come back to some of my other political panelists today. What do you think of this move? Do you think it's a step which can actually improve the safety of women?
Vishnu, first of all, I think that it's not just Mr. Modi ji who has all the right to give big, bold, experimental, decisions and keeping elections in mind. That's number one. Secondly, I feel apart from the mobility and encouraging a culture of using public transport, especially for women, working women, and I would add here working class women who could for the first time access metro, because I travel regularly and I don't find working class women that much. So I think that is a very big step. I personally feel you should pick up examples from Germany, from Singapore, where public transport is actually universally freely accessible. So it's a good move in that direction for sure. And how the ridership post the fare hikes have fallen, that also needs to be kept in mind. And here we are talking about Delhi, which is akin to a gas chamber. I think we need to discourage the use of private transport as much as possible, and of course last mile connectivity, street lighting, and encouraging women to access public transport. All of these things have to go together. You cannot just say that just do capacity building, do all of that. I think it's a very, very good move, and of course you need to increase it incrementally for senior citizens, for urban poor, of course, and for
then who's going to pay for transport?
Yes, I have some idea about that. For example, the DMRC, it operates on a PPP model, and they have they give out tenders. Hardeep Singh Puri ji recently said that they've become profitable. So I think there are n number of ways to get money. But of course, I think when it comes to health, education, public infrastructure, universal.
Mamta, let me get a quick comment from you on this. There's a public-private partnership involving a lot of Delhi's transport, particularly the metro system. The costs are shared between the centre and the state. The centre is willing to pay, 700 crores to this effort, right?
The Delhi government is willing to pay.
The Delhi government, 700
So
crores.
we have said that to avoid confrontation, we are not asking for
What
any
is the
money from
total
the
amount
center.
that is required?
For the balance, for the remaining part of this financial year, it will be roughly about 700 to 800 crores.
So that's what you expect from
Well,
the centre. You want 350 crores approximately?
We want nothing. That's precisely what we're saying. In order to avoid confrontation, we are willing to fund this. We are the only state government in the country which has a surplus budget. We are willing to fund this. The DMRC doesn't need to pay money for this. The union government doesn't need to foot the bill. Arvind Kejriwal government will.
Then why do you need permission?
We don't need permission.
You're going to do it one way or the other.
Yeah, we don't need
So
permission.
it's great. They're paying for it because cost sharing and money sharing has been the biggest problem. So Mamta, what's wrong with this then? Why don't you say excellent, it's your move?
No,
We welcome it.
Yeah.
Why don't you say we welcome it?
Nothing wrong in it, Vishnu. I would say why For women, do it for men also, do it for entire Delhi. Why can't you do it for everyone? But my problem here is that when they club this particular program with women's security, I have serious objection to that. It is because it is again fooling the women, and women of Delhi they are educated. They are not going to get into this trap. And secondly, it is about women dignity as well. All working class women don't want any freebies, Vishnu. I am also a working woman. I don't want anything for free. I want that you give me my rights. What is there? You give me security. You give me dignity. You give me rest of the things. Okay. Don't tell me that you are only giving me everything free. And one more thing, Vishnu. They had spoken about the house tax relaxation also. Delhi even rejected that. Delhi rejected that. Why I am bringing this point, Vishnu? That the people of Delhi, the voter of Delhi, don't want Aam Aadmi Party to give these freebies. And
I'm not sure that would be the case. I mean, how do you know they wouldn't want that? But one second, you made no, Mamta, one sec.
I think she made a good point where she says that she doesn't want it. The point is that unlike the electricity subsidy that this government is giving to every household, this subsidy is only for those who sign up. Now, she is an empowered woman, a privileged lady. She can afford metro, DTC buses, or perhaps even, fancy cars. But ordinary women cannot. And therefore, this is meant for only that section of society that cannot, and those of whom will have to sign up for it. One.
Okay.
Number two, the total capacity of Delhi Metro, the ridership capacity is 40 lakhs. The Delhi Metro at this point in time is operating at 25 lakhs. So there is a gap of 15 lakh commuters which we are trying to fill. We want to use Delhi Metro.
Do you use the metro? आप metro use करते हैं? तो अबाउट दिस मूव आपको क्या कहना है कि लेडीज को फ्री चलना चाहिए मेट्रो में, डीटीसी बसेस में? आपको इस बारे में क्या कहना है?
नो सर, फ्री गवर्नमेंट कैसे कर सकती है? फ्री तो नहीं कर सकती।
फ्री नहीं होना चाहिए।
बराबर का मिलना चाहिए दर्जा, इसमें कोई ऐसी बात ही नहीं है। हाँ, बिल्कुल ठीक बात है। रहा सिक्योरिटी का सवाल है, तो इसमें जैसे मेट्रो में सिक्योरिटी और बसों की सिक्योरिटी है, उसकी कंपलसरी है।
आप सामने आइए। एक मिनट।
फ्री नहीं होना चाहिए।
जो नहीं होना चाहिए,
सबके लिए बराबर करो ना रूल। अगर किराया कम करना,
ये वुमेन सेफ्टी के लिए कह रहे हैं, वुमेन सिक्योरिटी के लिए कह रहे हैं।
वुमेन सिक्योरिटी कहाँ है?
वुमेन सिक्योरिटी के लिए कह रहे हैं। One second, Mamta. Respond to people over here who say it should be equal. एक second.
All I'm trying to say here is that our sisters, our mother, हमारी माताएं, हमारी बहनें जब घर से निकलती हैं, हमारा दिल धक धक करता है। दिल्ली में महिला सुरक्षा की यह हालत है। इसे देश की रेप कैपिटल कहा जाता है। इसीलिए इस देश एक राज्य जिसको रेप कैपिटल कहा जाता है, वहाँ अगर हमारी माताएं बहनों को फ्री दिल्ली मेट्रो में और डीटीसी बस में चलने का मौका मिले, जो एक सेफ है, वो सेफ है, तो इसीलिए उन सुरक्षित महसूस करेंगे। और जहां तक सुरक्षा का सवाल है, सुरक्षा का वातावरण बनाने का और सुरक्षा देने की जिम्मेदारी दिल्ली पुलिस की है। अब दिल्ली पुलिस तो केंद्र सरकार के अधीन आती है, केजरीवाल सरकार के अधीन जो आती है वो केजरीवाल सरकार कर रही है।
आपके पास आऊंगा, रुको एक मिनट। अच्छा ज्ञानेंद्र जी, एक मिनट। विष्णु जी, the Congress perspective on this.
I answer in Hindi because people can understand the vote bank of politics of a party. आज 52 महीने हो गए। 52 महीने पहले इन लोगों ने दिल्ली के लोगों से बहुत बड़े बड़े वायदे करे थे। आज सिक्योरिटी की बात करें, मैं पूछना चाह रहा हूँ, राघव भाई ने बताया 15 लाख सीसीटीवी कैमरे कहाँ हैं? कहाँ है मार्शल जो आपने डीटीसी बसों में लगाने थे? कहाँ है आपकी महिला कमांडो? आपने तमाम बातों पे झूठ बोला।
कांग्रेस तो आम आदमी पार्टी के साथ एक अलायंस करने वाले थे
ना। राघव जी, आज 52 महीने बाद जब लोकसभा चुनावों में आम आदमी पार्टी तीसरे नंबर पे चली जाती है, तब आपको इस तरीके की चीजें याद आती है। आप नो आप बताइए, क्लस्टर बसों में, अरे क्लस्टर बसें दिल्ली सरकार की हैं कि नहीं है? अभी चलिए। अरे राघव जी, झूठ बोलना बंद कीजिए। आप लोगों के साथ प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि आप लोगों की फीलिंग्स को अंडरस्टैंड नहीं कर पा रहे, इनके इमोशंस को अंडरस्टैंड नहीं कर पा रहे। अरे आपने बोला था 500 नए स्कूल। हाँ, आपने बोला था 500।
One minute, let's stick to the topic at hand. I wanted to ask you, Pravesh, एक मिनट रुक जाओ यार, आराम से मौका देंगे सबको, रुक जाइए आप। How is it done world over? In many cities, and this is the point that Akriti mentioned, public transportation is free. So, pollution is a factor that's looked into. There are other reasons, security as well. So, can we not move to that model here?
So, I think I'm not sure of any city in which public transport is completely free. I don't even think we need to make it completely free. Okay, so there are two aspects here. One is security, and other is whether the transport should be free or not. So I think it's a great move in terms of at least we are debating this very important point. it is known world over that women don't prefer public transport because they are not sure about their security. So if by any way the government can ensure that the women are safe in the public transport, it's a great move. Having said that, I'm not sure whether the buses even have the capacity right now to even get, what if you have 70, women boarding the bus? I think actually it may be, anti-security to them. That is number one. Number two, there are many simple ways of ensuring security. And I think the government, because it's thinking in that direction, they may also think about those specific ways. For example, if you just look at the bus stops, the bus don't even stop at the stop. There are, cars enclosed in front of them. The women's seats are not even present for women to sit. Okay, so the marshal that Mr. Chadda is talking about, I hope that they are also looking at those seats, whether
Okay, that's an important point. There need to be proper number of seats which are kept for women beyond just what is available now, which is always very congested. How is this going to be implemented? It might sound great, but then with larger numbers, safety needs to be ensured on the trains as well.
Absolutely. One thing, it's a far-fetched correlation between safety and affordability. However, there is one point, there's one reason that inhibits women from traveling, especially at particular hours of the day and night, is that there is low density of other women present. So when there is this culture of, mobility and presence of women in public spaces, which of course this move can give a push to, I think then there's this, especially during night hours. So that is one thing. And with respect to, capacity building, frequencies of trains and all of that, definitely will have to be stepped up. Otherwise,
Come, you had a point to make. What were you saying?
Sir, I am saying there is no correlation between giving free services to the women and security.
Come forward. Come forward. There's no correlation. I understand that. Why do you believe there's no correlation?
Why do you believe? Show me any research or any study which has said that there, if women are given free, just
carry on.
I'm asking anyone from here can make me understand how it is correlated. Just tell me how it is correlated, how safety and free services are correlated.
Right.
He will answer.
So first of all,
one thing, let him answer.
First of all, public transport is regarded as the safest mode of transportation across the globe, not just in Delhi, पूरी दुनिया में माना जाता है. Therefore, what we are trying to do is encourage women commuters to use more and more public transport, which will give them safety and security, and not resort to private buses and informal ways of transportation. We are not saying we can ensure safety and security of women all across the city, even when they're walking, because that is the responsibility of the Delhi police, which unfortunately is not under Mr. Kejriwal. Therefore, the limited objective of this is to ensure safe and secure public transport system and encourage them to use more and more safe public transport. Here you have an auto guy who will perhaps...
There is no security.
Why do you think it's not? No, that's a fact. That's a larger issue.
This is what he said.
But
there is no security. I'm not telling.
That's precise. See,
but
Delhi, please understand our problem, my friend.
Yes,
Delhi police is an agency that is responsible for safety and security of women. वो किसके अंडर आता है? केंद्र सरकार, Modi सरकार. That comes under the Modi government. That doesn't come under the Delhi government. And therefore, if it doesn't come under us, we cannot do anything.
जब केजरीवाल की सरकार बनी थी, तो मैं केजरीवाल को लेके जो है पूरी दिल्ली में मैं जाके प्रचार किया और आपके.
अच्छा, आप एक मिनट रुकिए. We need to take a short break right now. We are outside the Green Park, gate number 2, metro station. As you can see, it's become a fairly heated discussion over here. Should women, as part of an Aam Aadmi Party proposal, be given free transportation on the metro and on the buses in the name of security? We'll take a break now. After that, the other important aspect, pollution and the link to this. Stay tuned for that. Welcome back. In case you've just tuned in to this very special NDTV program, we are looking at an ambitious and somewhat controversial move by the Aam Aadmi Party government. Should women be allowed to travel free on the metro or on buses? I've got Shobha with me now. She's somebody who uses the metro and buses quite frequently. She wanted to air her views on this. Do you think it's a good move? Security is what they're saying would be help.
I don't think it's a good move, considering DTC is already running in very huge losses. It doesn't, and most of the drivers and conductors actually turned from permanent employees into contractual labour. They started contracting most of their services out to smaller companies. So I feel that as it is, as it is, they haven't increased the prices over the past 7-8 years, because I've been traveling for the past 7-8 years. So AC, non-AC buses ka prices same ही रखा है. So I feel that if it's not based on economic status and if everyone is allowed a free ride, all women are allowed to travel free, it will definitely increase the burden on the exchequer. And the whole purpose of public transport, which is to provide transport for the common man, wo purpose serve nahi.
Okay, one sec. You want to respond to that?
So I cannot agree more on the respect of how contractualization etc. has increased, which AAP is also trying to cater as a separate issue. But the point here is that see, the principle of a public transport is inclusivity, and therefore the pricing thing cannot apply here. And what other the money that has to be raised has to be from congestion charges and disincentivizing private vehicles and the usages through parking and others. So I don't think that by raising prices for the commuters, we could definitely reduce the prices, if not make it completely.
Security issue, I don't think it will increase security, because even today in Delhi, last mile connectivity is not available using buses. Even metro doesn't provide last mile connectivity. I stay in Vasant Kunj, I still cannot, ek point ke baad I don't have any other mode of transport. I anyway have to spend money. So traveling free of cost by bus for encouraging, maybe yes, encouraging the people who belong to the lower rungs, yes, it may provide an opportunity for them to travel by bus.
Okay, one sec, Mamta, you had a point here.
Yes, I have 2-3 quick points to make. A, that the answer has been given by the people of Delhi that they don't want this and they don't welcome this move.
Few people in Delhi.
Few, but they are the majority. Sure. You can see. Okay, so whatever people you have here, they have turned it down.
Gate number 2, Green Park Metro Station.
Vishnu, whatever people you have here, they have turned it down. They have turned it down. Okay, you have witnessed it. A, B, Raghav, my dear friend Raghav has just said that we are going to take the burden, financial burden. I really want to understand as to where the money is coming from the taxpayers of Delhi taxpayers.
Let him answer that.
Let me finish. Yeah. So you are saying the taxpayers of money, taxpayers' money you collect to run the Delhi government, and in the name of these freebies, you are going to put our money back. And actually splurge that money on these free things.
Okay.
Well,
where is the money
the
coming
response
from?
Simple response to this is that unlike other state governments that are run by BJP and the Congress, where every minister in the government earns thousands and thousands of crores through corruption, the Aam Aadmi Party government does not allow that, and therefore all the money that goes in corruption to all these ministers and the MLAs is saved. And that is the money, that is the exact same kitty of money that is used to build mohalla clinics, to give free electricity, to give free women commuters free rides in metro and DTC buses, so on and so forth. That's one. Number 2, my dear friend Shobha points out the financial burden, the aspect of the financial cost as to who will meet the cost. Whether it's the ridership, whether it's the costing aspect, whether it's confrontation with centre, all these things is what the Delhi government is already dealing with. But the larger question of safety and security is something that we are concerned about as far as last mile connectivity is concerned.
That's also a big concern. An aspect. Okay, one sec, I have 2 minutes left. Ghanendra ji, you say what you want to, but you answer one question also. The pollution aspect. If more people are on the metro, right, because it's free, they're encouraged to go, pollution will come down. We are all dying because of air pollution here.
अब विष्णु जी, पॉल्यूशन के लिए सरकार को पॉलिसी बनानी पड़ेगी. अभी तक सरकार की कोई पॉलिसी नहीं. मैं इनको याद दिलाना चाहता हूँ, ये हमारी सरकार थी शीला दीक्षित की. पूरी दिल्ली का ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम, पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम रातों रात हमने सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश के बाद हमने सीएनजी में तब्दील कर दिया था. इसके लिए विल पावर चाहिए. इसके लिए नहीं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश के बाद रातों रात हमारी सरकार थी. अरे हमारी नियत थी, आपकी नियत नहीं थी, आपकी नियत नहीं. आपने कुछ नहीं करा दिल्ली के लोगों से. अब बिल्कुल 8 महीने जब चुनाव के रह गए और खुद अरविंद केजरीवाल कह रहे हैं कि अक्टूबर में चुनाव हो सकते हैं, उससे पहले इस तरीके की बातें निश्चित तौर पर.
एक सेकंड, आई हैव 1 minute left. 30 seconds to me.
So I think pollution, I don't think it will make I'm not sure if it will make any impact in pollution, because we don't even know the causes of pollution in the first place. It's because of industry, because of transport, but I'm not sure if the people who are in cars are going to move to metro because it's free. I don't think they are traveling in car because it's cheaper to travel in car than in metro. So I'm not sure there is anything that's going to happen in pollution. But I again say that we are talking about these things is very important.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you. It is important to talk about these issues. We thought the election campaign had ended. No, it just started over here in Delhi. We are completely out of time. It's an important step, but let's see how it actually works out. Thanks very much for being with us. Thanks very much indeed. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.